What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Liam Paro versus Brock Jarvis, and this was a 12-rounder in the super lightweight division. And this fight was Saturday, October 15th from the South Bank Piazza in South Brisbane, Australia. And this fight was broadcasted on DAZN. And in this fight, Liam Paro got an excellent, tremendous first-round knockout victory over Brock Jarvis. This was a brutal knockout. This was a perfectly placed punch that led to the knockout. And I'm just going to break it down. So leading up to the stoppage, obviously I had no score because it was in the first round. And I wasn't able to make the fight review right after the fight because I had stuff going on during the fight. But obviously it was a quick watch, less than 3 minutes this fight was, obviously. So yeah, in that first round, while it lasted, Brock Jarvis was obviously fighting how I thought he would, just coming forward, trying to leap off with those big right hands, and that's what he was trying to do primarily. He was trying to leap in with big hooks, but the thing is, most of the time spent in this fight was actually holding. Whenever Brock Jarvis would leap in with a big hook, he would miss, but then Paro would push his head down or lock up in the clinch and really just try and keep him at bay from working on the inside, which was smart. But Liam Paro himself was trying to jab off the outside, trying to jab to the body, go upstairs. He was just trying to keep his distance. However, Brock Jarvis was trying to work on the inside. That's what was happening primarily, and that's what I saw inside the first, 2 minutes. But then with 40 seconds left of the round, Liam Paro he threw one left hand that got blocked, then he threw another left hand that got blocked, and then that second left hand, Brock Jarvis tried to connect with his own right hook. So then Liam Paro saw an opening, and Brock Jarvis tried to go in with a shot of his own, and they got caught with a perfectly placed big left hand right to the jaw. And he got sent down to the canvas flat in his back. It was a brutal shot, big left hand, and Brock Jarvis I thought he was out cold on the canvas, but props to him for trying to get up. He was stumbling and bumbling on the ground, and obviously he was not in any good shape to continue, and the referee waved it off. So this was a very, very good win for Liam Paro, handing Brock Jarvis his first ever loss. So this goes in the question, what is next for Liam Paro? He's now, I believe, 23-0 with, I think, 13 or 14 knockouts. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong in the number of knockouts he has, but I know he is 23-0 now. So this was an excellent win, actually, and it was on a big stage, actually. The first DAZN main event in Australia, the first big one, meant for obviously for the Australian fans. It was an all Australian main event. It was a pretty big card in Australia, so this was a very, very good win for Paro himself. And I think in his next fight, being that he is the WBO global title holder, which gets him a higher ranking spot, so I think that he could maybe be fighting for an eliminator for the WBO and maybe his next couple fights, because this was a very big win over a very solid opponent in Brock Jarvis. So I think that he's going to take on maybe a few other decent fighters in his home country of Australia, maybe going to the United States and fighting on DAZN and taking on some decent level guys. But I think he should definitely take on someone who's established and ranked inside the top 25 in the super lightweight division in his next couple fights, and maybe he could get a world title eliminator or even a world title shot in the next few years. But as for Brock Jarvis, losing here for the first time in his career, a brutal first round knockout loss this was. So he's still very young. Obviously, he's been fluctuating in the weights. I think he's got to just stay established to one weight and just stay committed to that weight. I don't think he should continue just moving up in each fight or moving down. I think he's just got to stick to whatever weight. I think the weight that might suit him best is 135. I think his body type is perfectly fit for that. If he can make 135, I'm pretty sure he can, being that he's just moving up in weight so much, and I'm sure he's got a lot of water weight in him, so he could cut down those extra 5 pounds or more. I think that Brock Jarvis, I think in his next couple fights, he's going to be taking on some lower level competition before maybe getting called up to step it up to take on another seasoned veteran, maybe when he fought Alejandro Frias Rodriguez. That was a little seasoned veteran he fought who had over 20 fights, and he'll fight probably someone like that again in the United States, and then just keep building himself back up because he's still very young, still has a lot of years to develop. So overall, Liam Paro brutally knocks out Brock Jarvis in the first round to become 23-0 with now 14 knockouts, I believe so. And Brock Jarvis now goes to 20-1, obviously with still 18 KOs. And that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.